What's up, everybody? Blake the Scholar Magic. This is the Ruben. Hi, Ruben. Say hello. Hi, guys. It's Rocky. Yeah, they're big celeb dogs. Yeah, we have a YouTube channel for them. I'll put the link in there. You gotta go check out the babies. Yeah, they're very nice babies. Golden doodles. And guys, what can we say? What a year this has been. So, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm sure you saw the really cute thumbnail. So I didn't want to like kind of blue balls you guys, but I think it helps to see kind of what we're working with here. So this in particular is the Omnath deck that we're going to be giving away at, this one is really glary, but this one's going to be given away at 625 subs. So that one's really cool right there. I think it has like a value of like 125 bucks, but it's like a mutate deck. Very cool. We can probably look at like, I think Ivy's on the top. Yeah, it's like a shape-shifting deck. You want to do like single target stuff with a Subin Duplimancy. And yeah, that one's really cool. So 625 subs. Just simply comment on this video and any video that was happened prior to our last giveaway. And then we're going to like aggregate those videos, select one randomly through a wheel. And then through the wheels, that video, we're going to actually randomize the comments again through a wheel on that particular video, and then you'll win the deck if you get chosen. So that's cool. And this one in particular will also be eligible just by making comments, like in general. And this is the Taeko deck. So this is like a Dimir artifact equipment deck. So lots of ninjas in there, very cool. You want to play like low to ground ninjutsu stuff. It's really fun and very tanky. So that's going to be at $750. That's a little more souped up. This was like a $250 deck-ish, has a Buster Sword, whereas this one was really stripped down with lands, but we still got there, and it's beautiful. So there's that. And then what else is going on? Well, so we got like a kind of little action over here, and I've been kind of like keeping basically like a little bit of two different kind of studio areas. So I have this one where this is like my first one. And right now we're just kind of building through a couple things. And I wanted to kind of go over that and some other, interesting video ideas I had. But yeah, I do like this setup too, but I really like the point of view one for the like pack openings and stuff. It's a really nice camera. I just use my iPhone and I have the nice speaker system in there too, so it's like very seamless for me to open packs, and the lighting is good. It has like basically like a lighting thing on the stand, and it's hooked up to my OBS, so that one's really cool. But in general, like this is kind of another area where I kind of like just kind of work on things. And so what I have right now is some pretty interesting stuff. I have Azula here, just finished Azula up. Very fond of the avatar. I have right here, this is a deck I'm building for a coworker. It's zombies, so it's Gisa, so it has like a lot of crimes and stuff. So that one's really nice as well. It's like very crime orientated. Budget zombies. I'll presenting that one really soon for you guys. In addition, what else we got? We got Jawa over here. We did like a Death Touch Tribal. I'm very fond of that. I had a great time with that. My Myriad CEDH deck, which is very low tested, but it's going to be very nasty. It's just very like, you don't get to play anything. I mean, do I have to say anything more with this card? Really? Like, Thorn of Animus Defense Grid, like that's like Maria, like, living her best life and saying F you to everybody. It really is. This is Inti, not the Inti, but this is the kind of the main really pull for today. And I've been kind of accumulating a lot of cards for this one, but it's not actually for Inti per se. And we're going to do a little movie magic here in about a minute, but this is actually for Zuko. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to find him, but basically the whole gist of this deck idea, and like I said, we'll kind of cut to a scene here pretty soon. But the point of that was to basically accumulate like the cards in my collection that I had, like just basically get them right there and see what I could like do towards the deck. And then what I wanted to do is do like a $100 budget challenge or like a $50 budget challenge at the LGS, my local game store, and collaborate with them because they just made a channel called Commander Games. That's the name of the store in Las Vegas. So I want to do a little collab video over there, like do like an in real life video where I go over there, check out the store, and build out the deck from there, finish it off, so to speak, for like less than $100, and just like basically accruing cards from my collection and then seeing if we can kind of finish off and make a really nice deck. I think it would be like a bracket 3 deck overall, but it's with a fire bending, so very fond of that. We'll get back to that one too. These are some other stupid Maria cards here, Torpor Orb and Vexing Bauble. So really nasty stuff you can do there. This one in particular, I'm so excited for. This is like the Teamer artifacts, like Saheeli. So you got some really cool choices here. It's all energy based for that particular commander. You have probably some artifact resurrection stuff, but yeah, very cool where it's like artifact dying matter stuff. So that's Saheeli there. Mechanized Warfare just kind of got there because it was just Mechanized Warfare. I got Balrog over here, probably my favorite deck. Like if I'm gonna go to the LGS, I'd say like the most common deck that you might see me playing is the Balrog right here, or you'll probably see me playing this one in particular, the Myrel deck. I just gravitate towards those. Like, I don't know why exactly. Probably like my biggest, like also very big pull was like the Tom Bombadil deck. That was very popular for me too. But I do want to turn it into a Terra deck. So I am fond of Terra as well. So that's going to be like kind of a Terra action, and then kind of accruing some enchantments and seeing what's going on. I might even revisit Omnath again, like maybe with a little more budget. Maybe we'll do that for like the 1,000 subs. I think it would still be Mutate, but I was just like thinking, well, you could have a card like this, and it's not really the greatest on face value, but if I was going to do like an Omnath Reanimator, like where I'm just reanimating a lot of stuff, maybe this would get a little bit better for Mutate, and it's just super cool, right? The Polywog Symbiote from Ikoria. So that's like Omnath stuff. I'm always looking for new Omnath things. Here's for my Tevel Arbiter of Virtue deck, some really nasty cards here. Platinum Angel, Head Shredder, and this card is really very fond for me. I absolutely adore Waterlogged Teachings. That's a nice little foiler there. It's in my Firelord Azula deck, absolutely busted in there. And really gonna be good in Tevel too. What else we got? This one over here is this is like probably my, this is like my crowning deck, is like the Roshin. And honestly, this is like probably my most powerful deck to date. Like it doesn't even have to be like anything but itself. And it's just so stupidly strong. And it basically just, this is a Hydra deck, so it's gonna be very cool. But yeah, we got some really cool Gruul Hydras. You can kind of see that there. And yeah, very exciting X spells overall. Just love it. And of course, Myrel just gets stronger and stronger. I think like every which way, like what did they just add like a new thing from Avatar? Look at this thing. It's like infinite mana basically with the Myrel. You're just gonna have like 1,000,000 soldiers, so you get like 1,000,000 mana. It's just insane. Like Myrel is just so good. And honestly, there's always just like new interesting cards. One of the more newer ones that I kind of wanted to cool, like, because it's kind of hard to ramp in mono white, but I thought this one was pretty cool tech. Will make your non-creature spells, your opponents, and yourself cost more, but we play lots of creatures. And it basically can flip this into a plains card and put it on the battlefield, so that's pretty sweet. So there's that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So the next thing you're going to see here is just probably these red cards with a Zuko. And we're going to kind of go over the ones that I have so far. And that will be the video. And then we'll, kind of like the next video will be us going to the LGS and trying to finish off this really cool Firelord deck. So thanks, guys. And I'll see you all in just a... All right, we're back. Whoa. All right, everybody. This deck is godly. So this is what I was teasing over there the first time around. This is Zuko Exiled Prince. And what a card. I actually had a ball. I actually grinded probably too much like 2 days ago. But I was just so infatuated with just the firebending stuff. I don't know. I think a lot of people are really excited about Avatar in general. It's just been like a very, very cool set. Probably a bargain for, I would say compared to the Final Fantasy, yes, it is a bargain for the collectors. But all in all, I'm a fan of like a collector boxes being like, $300. I would be up for that. But yeah, they're a little bit nuts, right? I think it's like $450 for an Avatar box. Really great set though. Really great. I encourage you guys could check out the Jumpstart. boxes. You could also just check out like a play booster box. I think you'd be extremely happy about maybe getting one of each and pretty much having all the avatar cards you need to kind of really go for it. So the concept of the video was to basically accumulate cards from my own collection and then finish off the deck at the LGS. So the next video will be us driving to the LGS, get some B-roll, do some fun little vlogging, and check out Commandery games. It'll probably be our first destination for an LGS here in Las Vegas, and the one I'm most familiar with. And yeah, I'm looking forward to collaborating with them. I'm gonna kind of just, offer the collaboration. And I know they're just very friendly over there. So I would really love to show off basically their full-on kind of business model. I think a lot of LGSs can learn from their model. They have like some really nice organization there, really good customer service. And I think we're just going to be able to basically finish off the deck. We're going to be able to get everything we need over there. We're going to check out their mono red binder, really kind of look through that, maybe even look at some of the cards in the glass. If there's anything that kind of stands out to us, we're definitely going to be like looking to like spend like up to $100 on just really making this deck kind of really decked out and feeling really nice about it. But yeah, overall, I was feeling really spicy with this Zuko deck. I want to kind of experiment with the monocolor decks. I think there's a lot there that maybe over time as you continue to play, you're like, well, there's a lot going on with that. Just playing in monocolored, you can kind of revisit these and not be like too, what would you say, bored with it. Zuko's really interesting because he's like a really good ability enabler. What I mean by that, like you don't always have to have instant speed spells or flash spells. When you firebend, you can actually put those into abilities too. So like if you attack with Zuko, you can definitely have these sequences where you're, perhaps you already made him a legendary creature god and made him a little bit stronger. And then you go ahead and use some of that firebending mana, tap this down, pay an additional mana, and then your Zuko becomes an indestructible god. And you just like love to see it, guys. It's great. So I definitely want to experiment with mono red. Vaughn also hooked up the what would you say? Look at this as well. Like, we'll come back to these, but the Tron lands, I thought it'd be really cool, like in a mono deck to try to like assemble Tron and just like try to give it a go. And it probably would be very difficult and probably is the pipe dream, but I do have an Urza's Cave. So, so who knows what, perhaps guys, you never know. It would be kind of cool to like at least try. But like I said, you can just pay into this and just like find a land of your choice. We can even find like a Valakut with this and that'd be very effective too. So all in all, very cool things in general to try out with these monocolor decks. Really interesting. Like we do snow stuff. It's very, very appropriate for a Faceless Haven. We can do like some unblockability with Rogue's Passage. That might just be nice in general. That might be the instance where you do, kind of attack in, accrue the mana, and then you're trying to do it in response, make him unblockable, just preserve him from, defenders. I think it sounds good. Even this, the Quarry Mountain Monastery, like he has like a ability that's similar to this, but it only lasts till the end of the turn. Whereas this one will actually last till the end of your next turn. So it's basically a turn longer that you get it. So I thought the Quarry Mountain Monastery would be a really cool ability to pipe into as well. Just a fun card like Hazard. And I figured like, snowlands are hard to get a hold of, so if I just have these snowy mountains, the opponents would be okay with like rule zeroing them. I mean, there's definitely snow on them, right? It doesn't say snow mountain, but there's definitely some snow on there. I think it counts, and we'll try to accrue the snow mountains over time, but getting this many snow mountains in the mountain might be a little bit arduous. And then I have like cool cards like Kazuul's Fury. You might want to fling things at people's face, and just a Pinnacle Monk. So cool lands overall to kind of get into the Zuko. And I was thinking well, what could we do with the Exile? And I was thinking like Lelia vibes, but it just like, I just didn't think I had enough support for it. And just the other things kind of seemed a little bit stronger. So, but it still has that 3 exile a top card of library. You may play that card this turn, which I do like for that as well. Very impressed with this in the standard metagame. Was one of my more favorite cards. I would say I'd probably run like 4 of those actually. Like even though it's a legendary 4-drop, it just seemed like the best card you had in the deck. Like it was just like, if this thing lived and it got to Firebend 3, you were really popping off usually most of the time. And firebending is a really extremely strong mechanic. And it's just really good with the support it has. Like a Firebender Ascension is like your goated card. Like you're probably running like 3 or 4 of these in your main 60 card constructed deck if you're doing firebending stuff. Simply put, because the more firebenders you have in the battlefield, you're going to trigger more quest counters on this. And basically a creature that has firebending attacks, it will accrue a quest counter. And if it has 4 or more, then all of a sudden your firebenders get to double up on their firebending, and that accrues a lot of mana. So Firebender Ascension is goated. Fire Neshing Cadets are goated. These are all the firebenders. So you just have to know about these cards, that they accrue a lot of mana when they attack. And if they have an enabler like Ascension out, they do really, really well. There's a Zuko, the Firebending Master. I still need to get the Firebending Student. It's only like $2 now, but that's a pretty good deal. I love Zhang too, even in my constructed deck. It only works well with lessons, to be honest, because you do the exhaust and then you get to copy a lesson, good value there overall. And you just want firebenders, really. That's like the whole point, is to have firebenders, in your deck. So this one will actually make or create a firebender, Euro. So that's nice with the mentor ability. So you'll love to see it. And then Ran and Shaw is really sweet too. Just wants you to see it play in a lot of lessons, and it's a dragon. So dragon is kind of like the secret tech for this particular deck. And there's the Avatar Roku, just insane in the membrane, right? Like a lot of mana available there. And you don't lose the mana as it steps in, so it's very strong. Fire Nation Attack is a non-creature spell, but once again, just makes more firebenders and has that flashback. And then you get into your lessons. So you have like a beautiful Redirect Lightning. This was just basically like a redirect spell. Love to see it. Firebending Lesson, just single target removal here that really has a nice kicker, and you can kind of deal more damage than usual. Iris Demonstration has been fantastic. Not instant speed spell, but really good for single target removal. And it can also take care of tokens really well. Price of Freedom. This is just basically will hit a land or an artifact. We're probably going to be hitting those problematic lands and then drawing a card. It's just another lesson for us. How to Start a Riot. Once again, just really good at targeting a creature at once, giving it menace, which would be good for our creature, our commander, and then giving 2/0 to all our creatures. A good one of there for sure. Don't want to play too many of those in constructed. Probably one would be enough because they could be dead. Combustion Technique, fantastic. Will exile actually based on the number of lessons you have in your card, and we have quite a few lessons. Solstice Revelation is crazy for this deck. Oh, so good. Guys, this is the one for this deck. You're going to have a bunch of mountains in this deck. I might even consider not playing the Tron lands and just going for Volca to maximize our mountains for this. Yeah, that'll probably even make more sense. And we're just going to get into our dragons here. Oh, it's going to be so good. And then we can really flash it back and do it all over again. Basically sees how many mountains we have, and we have a chance to get, based on the amount of mountains we have, one less of the cost of it to just come right on the battlefield. Yeah, otherwise, you just put in your hand. Overwhelming Victory for another sweet lesson. And once again, just going to beef up our squad. We love it. And then Zuko's Exile. So really went hard on the lessons. And then once again, the abilities are so strong with Zuko. So, I mean, you can just start boasting stuff, and you can even go cheaper. So here's a Dragonkin Berserker, and it's so good. I can see some real potential here, guys. You'll be making a lot of dragons here, simply because of the firebending and all the dragons you're going to have. Now, how many times can you boast? Is it once a turn? Perhaps. Who knows for sure? But we'll have to look into that. I mean, if it's more than once a turn, then we are really in the dream. This one is not exactly boasted, is it? So the gooooo will also just create a dragon spirit as well. We have to have a modified creature. We're going to get there. We're going to find a way to modify a creature, so don't worry about that. In fact, let's see here. We're going to add in a little sneaky. All right, little audible here. We'll go down a little bit on our land count, and we'll run a Corey Steelcutter too, just to give us another chance for that. No problem. Dragon Master Outcasts is going to make more dragons. So yeah, we turned into a sweet dragon deck. You'll love to see it. Magda the Horde Master. Loves to see some treasures in us targeting. We'll make more dragons. Can ramp us too. Dragon Tempest, the best dragon card. Simply put, your dragons have haste, and as dragons enter, you get to start pinging things. Full damage. Scourge of Alcus, similar. The more dragons that come out, the better. You'd love to see it. Wrathful Red Dragon, Blasphemous Act. And then all your dragons see that, and it's GG for the table. You'd love to see it. Now, this was I was going for the Exile thing, and it led us to these sweet dragons. I'd probably still run them, I think. Yeah, I still like the value. Maybe just one of them. And it probably would be the Bonehorde Dracosaur, I think, just because it makes treasures. And I have to kind of like think of like my deck in general. So yeah, we're going to go the Bonehorde Dracosaur route rather than the Dragonhawk. We'll still run the Goldspan Dragon because we play a decent amount of treasure enablers. There's our Laughless, and once again, ability to make your dragon stronger. Scourge of the Throne like is looking for more combats. And I think it's fine. I think it's good for Zuko, right? The more combats, the better. So I think it very slides in. But this is the one I was really interested in, is the Hellkite Charger, because once again, you have that ability. And if you have Firebending, you can like redundantly do this over and over again. So that's that. It's like kind of like the aggravated assault type of effect. So really strong. I always love the Tyrant's Familiar for Dragon decks. You have the Great Train Heist for more combats and treasure production. Really good with their instant speed Zuko. Mana, Aggravated Assault, once again, to like kind of prime into this and just kind of win off of that. FOMO for more just like extra combat. I think it's fine. I think it's going to be fine. Rank or Bank Buster going to be great for your Firebending because you can sink in that 2 mana and basically draw a card. And then also accrue a treasure later on. So good value. Really good with Firebending too. Your Wayfarer's Bauble. Bender's Waterskin, I did want to try this one just because I think it'd be good for our redirect spells, like just to kind of hold up some mana for them. You know, like I like how it just untaps on each player's untap step. It's just very appealing to me in Commander. Seething Song is like a ritual type effect to perhaps get into our Zuko a little bit stronger, one of our bigger spells really fast. Love to see that. Ruby Medallion, we're making our red spells cheaper. Signet for some ramp. Generous Plunder for some treasure and a little bit more extra ramp. Ragavan for treasure and ramp. Soul Ring. And Strike It Rich. And then maybe a Jeweled Amulet. I was considering this. It looks like we have enough ramp, I think, but Jeweled Amulet is freaking awesome. So I'll definitely be looking at that card a little bit more, but I think we're pretty good so far. We're going to be running the big score. Once again, you like these instant speed spells for Zuko. That is his name, is right? There's so many Zukos and stuff. It's hard to like kind of like, yes, it is Zuko. Yeah. Hard to keep track. Azula, all of the Zukos, yeah. lots of these guys. Big score, yeah. So this one is just gonna love to see you discard a card, create the treasures, draw cards. Beautiful, easy to do with your Fire Lord there. So beautiful stuff here. Unexpected Windfall, big score. Just great to like eat that mana that you're gonna produce with your commander. Electrodominant, similarly, put a lot of mana into this, play it at instant speed, and then you get to cast another card in your hand with lesser mana value than you played for X, so that could be our bigger stuff. I have some bigger things in here too, so like a Clive Ifrit's Dominant seems really cool with that ability too, like to sink your Firebending magic into there. Draws a bunch of cards, you just love to see it. Cage Sun, just for a nasty like effect of doubling up on our mountains, getting a ton of mana. Creatures can get a buff. Just love it. Love the Cage Sun. And here's a Sarkhan Dragon Soul. It'd be cool to like kind of go ultimate this and put all our dragon cards on the battlefield at once, right guys? Some big haymakers, as you'd say. And then we have some just like nice single target removal stuff. My favorite probably out of this is probably the Burst Lightning because once again, it's going to love that additional mana you make with Firebending at instant speed. So that would be like a 4 damage bolt. So you'd love to see that. Price of Progress, Vaughn Special here. Price of Progress deals 2 damage to each player for each non-basic land he or she controls. So we'll be playing lots of mountains, so shouldn't be a problem for us. Our opponents are going to be hurting off of that. Flare Duplication to basically be a nice redirect spell. Love that. Chaos Warp for some removal for just anything, basically, that might be problematic. Vandal Blast for artifacts, Blasphemous Act, and Lightning Greaves. So this is kind of the shell, and like I said, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going like, I think it'll be like a $50 challenge, like, can I like finish this deck off for $50 at the LGS? Can I find some really nice additions there? Going through the binder, taking my time with you guys, kind of going through that, and I think you'll just love it. I think you'll just love seeing a store like that. When MagicCon comes around, that's, maybe perhaps, you get maybe burnt out a little at the con. Maybe you want to just like kind of a slower pace. You should go to Commander Games and just kind of chill out there. Maybe you're there a week earlier and you want to enjoy Vegas, right? That would be the place you'd want to go. That would be a place you'd want to check out with your homies if you're in town. I might even do like a food review of like, there's a Jamaican restaurant down there. So I don't know, we'll probably do like a couple things like for that video and kind of make something of it and kind of have fun. And like I said, I'll be definitely collaborating with them, and I'm going to share their channel out on this particular video. They're very nice people, and you're just going to love it there. You're just going to really love their generosity too. I think tonight, actually, if you go over there, it is Sunday, the 22nd, I believe. Or the 21st. So tonight, they're going to be giving away some prizes just for showing up at the store. So you guys should definitely check it out. Just going to love it. So yeah, Gary at Commander Games, great. And Shelby too is the manager there. Anna is the sister of Gary. They're all very nice people. They have like a very, very cool collection of friends there. So there's that. I hope you guys have a great day.